Cheerio. Welcome to foggy old Columbus town. A perfect time of year to be going on a cruise. If you're Justin Zwick, Nicole Cox, Bobby Carpenter, I am Austin Ward. Welcome to the live show at Roosters, the fun casual joint. Also, again, brought to you by Tansky Power Sports and Tansky Sawmill.
Wonderful.
So, yeah, a little news,
That's
breaking news for you there, Nicole.
It's good to know. Got to bring that sign back.
I don't think I could see more than like 10 feet down the end of the block this morning.
It's good.
That was wild, yeah.
It's unusual for the San Diego, the Midwest, Bob.
It is. You get that fog going, limits the vision.
Well, anytime you get above 32, after we've had 3 weeks of it, I feel like you're just going to get some of that.
Slowly melting.
Slowly melting. Seeing some grass.
Dripping, coming off, shooting off my roof. And
ice on the driveway. I love it. It's just a great time of year.
Doing some work, and I thought my wife crashed into the side of the house when like a huge sheet of ice and snow slid off the roof. I'm like, okay, well, there we go. At least it didn't hit one of the kids or me.
There you go.
It's shorts weather. That's all that matters to me. Nicole, are you packed for the cruise?
I'm halfway packed.
Oh,
yeah,
what?
but I have all of our Rooster stuff. I got all of that packed up for our wing tasting
you gotta
day.
bring all that too.
Yeah, so I packed like 5 tubs worth of stuff, and
boy.
it's already on its way down. Probably in Florida already.
Right, semi left the other day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So for the people who aren't aware of the Buckeye Cruise and what you all are doing, or haven't been watching the live show for the last several years, what's on deck here?
It's absolutely incredible.
Pun intended.
I know. It's for, it's so special. It's Chris, Lisa, their entire team. They have been doing this. This will be the 19th year. And every year they have raised more and more money. Last year was $4.5 million, I think.
Sounds good.
Sounds about right, yeah.
And there's only 700 people on the ship. And so it is just an experience of a lifetime in celebrating those that are fighting against cancer. And we're really excited. We have our Roosters Day at Sea with our wing tasting, which these guys are a part of. Bobby had a tough run last year.
I thought he won last year.
I did.
I think we'd probably say that. I think everybody would have agreed with that. Bobby won. We all won in a way, but Bobby won.
Bobby won for handling his situation very well. Yeah. Let's put it that way. Yes.
Elite maturity.
It was a situation.
Elite maturity.
It was a hot wing he did not know was a hot wing.
Setup.
He thought it was a setup, but once we realized it wasn't a setup, it was okay.
Well, it was a setup, but not by
anybody that. Yeah, we weren't trying to kill you.
Maybe it was Schlegs.
It's kind of like the Dumb and Dumber scene where they give him the hot stuff on the burger and it's like, wait for him to eat it. Like, we should have done that. That'd be great.
It's just funny that as you were like bringing it up, you didn't smell it. Like,
well,
it's
as
such
I
a
tasted
strong
it,
smell.
I was like, this doesn't taste
different.
like how I was supposed. It tasted like a hot wing, not like I forget what I was.
Well, they give us like mild and some,
but I could
different
taste like the heat
sauces
on it, and then I ate the rest of it for some reason. I'm like, well, maybe I'm
You have to confirm.
Identifying.
You got to confirm.
Yeah,
Is that really as hot as I thought?
Well, and I was hungry. The reason I was eating it because I was starving. I'm like, this is lunch.
It's the only sustenance I can find.
We do the Roosters wing tasting like during the lunchtime. I think it's 12:30 on Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken.
It is.
Yep. Checking the schedule today.
Good job.
So I was like, all right. And I'm like, that circled was a bad day last year. Not really, though. I mean, I got some Roosters, which was good. But I'll eat some hot stuff. But I tried. I mean, I'm not someone who loves it. I'm not like Psycho Berm over there. Makes
I'm not either.
Never go.
There are some full psychos on there, like in the crowd. They'll be like, "Oh, lit us up there." They'll come up multiple times. Yeah. It's like, what are you doing to yourself?
Craig and Pappas' son, Andrew. He I think that he was born with something. He just doesn't even like taste the hot. You know?
Does he sweat
not at all.
Does he sweat from his eyes?
No.
And call it?
No, I think he just handles
they're
it.
Not tears.
He just handles
like
it.
a man. Yeah.
And I mean, I'll do all like the hot stuff here. But they get those exotic off-menu items.
The one year he went and got the hottest sauce from all the islands we were stopping at. Remember that? Oh, golly.
He dips it in liquid, dips it in napalm. Then
Tell you what, but it's always sold out. That is one of the big events on the boat. Everybody loves that. You got tables all the way back on the deck, and they're serving up some wings, and it's delicious.
Yeah.
So that's one day. We got all kinds of stuff going on. Days at sea. I got a chipping contest.
Ooh,
there's a pickleball.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm in a chipping contest.
That's fun.
They
called me to see if I wanted to bring my wedge. I'm like, no. You haven't seen me chip. I don't care what wedge.
Give me somebody else's wedge. Maybe that'll help.
Give me a putter.
Oh, so you're going to come home with it.
Give me a putter, and I'll get it on the
Texas
green.
wedge.
But also the fact that you have to then bring it on and carry.
Well, that's why I'm like, no, I'll just use whatever you guys have. I mean
is there one that like a collapsible one?
I know. I feel like that's what you need.
Like Lucille, pull out the pool stick, put it together. No, but there's all kinds of stuff we have.
Do you have a list, Nicole, of the themes? I feel like why don't you text me that? So as I pack tonight,
I'm hurting on the Mexican and the 80s night. I have no 80s.
They do
themed
theme
clothing.
nights, which is so
I
fun.
think you'd have been better if you'd left the mustache for the 80s.
Well, I just knocked everything down today, so I don't have to worry about it on the boat. So
Maybe-
it'll come back.
Maybe 80s Day will be later in the week, so the stash will be better.
Stash will be better.
So you've missed only 2 Buckeye.
I've been on this will be my 17th one.
So wait, this is the 19th?
Yeah, the 19th. So
No.
I missed the very first year and then year 11. So the first year would have been 08,
Yep.
right?
Yeah, because you were playing. You were maybe just
Well, I had just gotten out, and
Okay.
I think I was doing I was in the arena ball at that point in time,
Yeah.
I guess, in the wintertime. But I heard about it after that and was lucky enough to get on, and they've allowed me to sail with them all these years later.
You missed 11, which I think would have been the other one the only one that I missed was
Yeah.
11. My daughter was born that year on St. Patrick's Day, so
So this is number 18 for
we were
you.
pregnant. Yeah, so I've missed that one. There's a handful, like Ryan Miller, I think has been on all 19. There's a handful.
I think he missed.
I think
No,
he missed
he-
year 11 too, possibly. But anyhow, he's
There's
been
like a
on
hand.
yeah.
There's like a very select, like it's a handful of people.
Oh, for those, I mean, that
That have
first
been on
group of
every single
guys,
one.
that first group of guys was probably not as big as
Yeah.
the group is now, and it was a lot of our guys because we had just graduated,
Yeah.
and you guys just had your first year in the league, and they had you guys coming back. So it's a huge Buckeye reunion in a way, and
Yeah.
after all these years, you have different families from different parts of the state that have come on this thing all year that throw their own events in their own hometowns that we go to and trying to help raise money. It's just really a cool family atmosphere. I mean, I go by myself. I
That's
walk.
who I know.
Yeah.
Well,
I should have brought my brother. I'm really mad. I didn't.
I tried to bring my oldest, but she couldn't be away from mom that long. But you just walk around. I just find different groups to talk to. You know, it's just everybody. Hey, come on here, grab. You know,
It's
here's
kind
a
of like
bucket.
Schlegs. You just wander around.
I just
Yeah.
wander around.
Gl-
Yes.
glom onto people.
Yes. I just kind of fit
Hey,
in,
you
and then when I feel like my time's up, I just see myself out. Nobody
On to
knows.
the
Hey,
next one.
we saw Justin sometime.
What time are you guys going to dinner today?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Where?
You think there's an extra seat? All right, yeah, I'm in.
It's good. Just a little plus
Yeah,
one.
let us know. We have dinners. You can.
Well,
come
I
with us.
had dinners with Doug and Carly, and they apparently deleted all of our dinners
Really?
except for one.
Oh.
I think they may have been in times where we had something. I don't. I'll eat. I'm not going to go hungry. But
No one
there's plenty of
starves. No one
places.
starves to death on the boat.
No.
I'll come too, Nicole. Thanks for
Yes,
the invite. That's
Bobby,
good.
you too for sure.
Well, I mean,
it-
it's just it gets lonely by yourself, you know. And I'm kind of sad because Schlegs isn't going, and then Steph didn't come. I'm like, well, she could have been my plus one. We could just split the beds in the
Yeah.
room, and she could have been like my wife,
She would have loved
my
that.
cruise wife. Oh yeah, it'd been great.
my cruise wife.
A cruise wife. I glommed onto them a lot too. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, you guys hanging out?
Bobby,
Sure,
you
I'll
can hang out with us anytime. We're,
right.
we're all around.
I don't want to like
Maybe
you know,
Bob and I would be
slide in
just
between
hanging
you.
out together.
Yeah.
Just,
I know.
yeah.
slide in with
Yeah,
you and Mark. You know,
Yeah.
we don't
Pair
too
you
much-
guys up.
Not
I
in
feel
our
like
room,
we solved
but
it here.
yes.
not in our room.
Just making things clear.
Well, while you guys are getting ready for an adventure at sea, if you're looking for one on land,
Oh boy.
head to Tansky Power Sports and Tansky Sawmill. Tansky Power Sports, by the way, it's your one-stop shop for ATVs, dirt bikes, golf carts, and more. Won't help you on a cruise ship, but it will for anything else that you want to do around Columbus right now as the weather's getting better. If you're looking for speed, power, or versatility, Tansky Power Sports has something for everyone with the best brands and expert service. Visit Tansky Power Sports today at 2491 West Dublin Granville Road, or browse their huge selection online at TanskyPowersports.com. Tansky Power Sports, where the adventure begins. As you guys continue your adventure at sea, I believe you're going to have head coach Ryan Day
We will.
on board.
And his family, which is they're a great part of the cruise. They just, their belief in it, and the kids love being there. You can tell they're really a part of it.
On Ryan always throws his son out to go. Like, I don't want to talk. You go talk.
It's
It makes,
such a great
makes the
dad
girls
moment.
talk too now
yeah,
as well.
yeah. No, it's been great.
What players, Bob, do you know?
I believe it is going to be. There's 6 guys. Let me see if I can get them. I think it's Carson.
Julian's definitely
I
one.
think-
Julian's one.
Julian, and then Carson Hinsman, who is a back-to-back cruiser,
Mhm.
2-time guy.
He's so
Kenyatta.
great.
KJ's coming, right?
No,
Oh, no?
he's not.
Oh, I thought I saw that.
I thought
Or maybe it was his birthday.
it was his birthday.
Gotcha.
Julian Kenyatta came last.
I think he was there last because I saw
Yes.
pictures and I was like, oh, okay, yeah.
So Julian, Carson, Austin Saraveld,
Mhm.
Got to have the offensive line
Peyton
represented.
Pierce,
And Peyton Pierce.
Texas
is going
Tornado,
to be
bro.
the Texas Tornado, bro. I think Luke Montgomery.
Yes, I think I
Mhm.
yeah, I
And
think
then
Luke.
Bennett Christensen.
Okay.
Mhm.
So Schlegs put it down to as Christian Bennett. So yeah,
Well, that's fair. Jay-Z's going to come back
I
talking
think that's the
nothing
sick.
about.
I think that's the sick.
I'm gonna have, I
Got
got the
3
offensive
starting
lineman
offensive linemen.
and the quarterback with me. It's gonna be great.
That's paradise.
And I'm a jockey with the quarterback on the horse race, so I have plenty of time
That'll
to
be great.
get in his ear and ruin everything that he did
No,
last year.
I don't know about that. Nicole, you
Stop.
always come back having learned something from Ryan Day and the updates on the team. What are you hoping what would you like to hear from him as they get ready for spring ball, which is less than a month away at this point?
I'm anxious to hear, I just want to see kind of his body language, his tone. Like, you can just tell. You can feel his vibes and how he's kind of feeling about things. And he'll mention, some of the players he's proud of. And but nothing particular. I mean, I don't know if there are really, Bob, are there any times on the cruise he really, well, I guess they do. How well do you know your teammate and things like that?
He'll go up and do a
They're having a
sit
thing with Dom and Mark,
Yeah,
where they're going to have a conversation.
That'll be great.
Yeah, that'll be great. Dom
I
will
need
do a
to
great
go to
job,
that.
and I hope I don't know if Dom will ask him, but just the last month and a half, what that was like. Just with the coaching searches, coaches maybe leaving, players. I mean, just to get a feel for how all that went, and just in the middle of the playoffs, and I think that'd be some good insight just to kind of see how they've handled everything, and if they want to change how they handled it, or whatnot moving forward.
I don't know how much they can, unless there's collective bargaining and rules put in place. That's just what January is going to be, Bob. It's going to be nonstop chaos, and then the opportunity where Ryan Day can leave and go on the cruise and not have to worry about everything else. It's workouts only. It feels like the coaching stuff is all in place. Contracts being finalized right now. I think that's the trade-off. January is just nonstop pandemonium, and then a little bit of a breather and get into the strength program, and then spring ball, and you don't have that portal window and portal combat in April. So thinks that's
that
the
is
right way.
nice. The elimination of the second portal window will make that a little easier. Then that alleviates some of that issues after spring ball, and so then they can actually visit. And then you get into camp season, obviously, towards the end of May and into June. But that did they have the second portal last year? Or was this?
They did. Yeah.
Okay, so this is the first year with just a singular portal, which will help make a lot of that. I think alleviate a lot of the issues for everything, and you're not retrading everything and trying to renegotiate and bring guys in. I mean, it's just crazy town at that time.
Yeah, it's wild.
And I think the nicest thing on the cruise too is to be able to see Coach Day really get to enjoy some time with his family.
Yeah.
All the cruisers are so respectful of that, so they'll be laying out by the pool together and get some I think as parents, that's time the kids can't go anywhere. They can't go with their friends. Everybody's together, and that's what you want when our kids are this old. You need to trap them. So the car rides are the best. And now Bronson's getting ready to drive, but the car rides are the best because they're forced to sit with you and talk with you, and so it's really nice.
I think that's why we need to put Bob and Jay-Z and just they can.
We should have
split one
just
cabin.
live streamed us, just cameras in the room.
I would have loved day-to-day updates for that if they roomed together, just to see how things were going. You know.
Yeah. It'd be a lot of fun.
There's-
There'd be a lot of man in that little room.
Is there anything else, Bob, that you would want to hear from Ryan Day over the next week or so?
Like you said, I mean, a lot of obviously what went on, and then maybe some reflection looking back on just the final two games of the season, thought process going into some of that, what went right, what went wrong, just maybe things that were maybe unanticipated that potentially led to some of that stuff. And people want to know, okay, you get to the end of the year, you played 12 straight games, you won them all, and then you lose two that are two teams that ultimately played for it all, and really one possession games. They kind of go back and forth. Both games kind of had a slow start. How do you prevent that? What do you do? How do you look? And Ryan looks at all that stuff all the time anyway. And so, how do you take a reflective look at it, knowing that at least for next year this is going to be the same format?
Yeah.
And how do you prevent that from happening?
What do you think the slowness, halfway through the season, we're like, this is great. We're playing slow. We're taking reps off these guys.
Tempo of play.
But then when we needed maybe have some tempo later in the year, we hadn't done as much. Maybe that's something that you could talk about.
I don't think, the balancing of the speed for the tempo of which you play, how fast you're going, I think is a big deal. And that's something that, in this evolving world landscape, people always like, I played too slow. I'm like, well, it worked the year before. It maybe didn't work the second year. So, okay, how do you try to balance that of understanding when go fast when it's time to go fast, but also not just putting more useless reps on your guys?
But he's, this could be one of the first opportunities. I know that there are not unlimited spots available on the cruise, and his comments are going to be kept largely private on the boat. But we've only heard from Ryan Day once this offseason, and when he was talking about Arthur Smith on his coach's show, that deal hadn't been finalized yet. He never actually said him by name. He kind of described a lot of the process and what he was looking for and how it was going to operate moving forward. But some of that tempo stuff that Jay-Z brings up, Arthur Smith sort of specializes in the heavy personnel and has been at the NFL level where they're trying to slow it down. I wonder, I don't think it's Bob. I wouldn't expect it to change all that much the way that they played last year. Ryan Day was doing it for a reason, and then brought in somebody who's majored in that at the NFL level.
I think that's a big part of it. Also, Arthur Smith's familiar with the run game, and just trying to balance those things. And Arthur Smith also did play with Coach Aaron Rodgers last year, and they would go a little bit of tempo with him, and some of the attributes that he possesses. And Julian's a California kid. I think that Aaron's one of the guys that he looked up to. And it's hey, can you find a way to get those guys together, figure that out, and and just talk through some of that stuff, because I don't know if there's a unanimous or a consensus on hey, you need to do this all the time. I think the best coaches, there's a degree of flexibility that needs to happen. And we saw this team use a little bit of tempo at times last year, and it's okay, when do you use it? How do you use it? And that's a conversation that you don't just have offensively, but defensively as well, because that impacts obviously how the defense is going to play and what you're going to do over there.
It does. One thing I'm pretty sure that they will not have on the boat, Nicole, are mac and cheese bites.
Unfortunately,
I don't think
we will have wings, but we will not have those, unfortunately.
So
at least we get them before we leave.
But your loss on the boat is our gain if you want to hop into your local Roosters on Appetizer Tuesday. It's $3, Bob. What we got ever?
We have the mac and cheese there, the triangular bite.
Triangles
Anthony
of
Schlegel
deliciousness.
They're the favorite of Birm too, and he hot sauces them. I mean, you can use.
He's back on the mac and cheese bites.
Yeah, you can use there's any dipping sauce you can use, but they're the mac and cheese you can eat with your hand. It makes you feel like you're a kid again.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait for that.
The kids love them.
What else is going on, Nicole? Before you leave,
guys, honestly, I'm thinking about. It's a little chaotic today. Yeah. As we're sitting here, I'm all right, as soon as I leave, I'm going to go do this, and this. But
how nervous are you when you leave? Did I get everything done?
I usually don't sleep. I just stay up and I roll right through.
Just
right
early
through.
Morning flight.
Because I just always feel like I don't want to forget anything. So that's just my personality.
Are you excited?
I'm so excited.
Okay.
Once we get there, we're taking 23 Roosters, people from Roosters.
Oh, wow.
Which is really nice. It's
23 Roosters and 23 people from Roosters. That's a very different thing.
23 people from Roosters.
Actually, chickens.
Which is great bonding for us. We all never get together and have dinner together, and so it'll be really nice. And then the first night on the cruise is my favorite. Yes.
Where are my Roosters
But you guys are Roosters, and
people from Roosters.
Yes. And the first night's my favorite night, the Buckeye Spectacular. It's just really special. And it's okay, this is what this is all about. This is what we need to focus on in life. And it's just going to be
the
really
cancer
special.
survivor thing is probably my
awesome.
favorite part of the book.
The best part is you usually have, because Anthony Schlegel has lived in other locations, and so he would fly, so you didn't get a chance to see Schlegs beforehand. So he would always get there, and somehow his flight always got in before. And he would be shot out of a cannon on day one.
Yeah.
I mean, you would see him. He was just so much juice, and then he would fall asleep at 9 o'clock.
The one time that I was fortunate enough to go
that
with
was
you
so
all,
fun,
and be a Roosters person, Schlegs fired out of cannon seems like an understatement.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The boat had not left. And the shirt was off, and he was somehow already burned.
Hey, where are you? I'm on the pool deck.
He had
making memories, bro. Curing cancer.
Coolers over both shoulders. It was this the only speed you know? I guess that was my first true reminder that it is all gas and no brakes, especially on.
There's no brakes on that boat.
There's
no brakes on the boat.
But that's okay.
No anchor
that's great.
either. Also, that was the year that the boat went very fast overnight, and I don't think Birm wants to go back on into another boat because of that. Had a little bit of had to get to the next port for an emergency situation. But you know what? Well survived. We're excited for you all to go have a wonderful week down there. As a heads up, because our cast is going to be at sea, we will not have a live show next week. So it will be 2 weeks, and we'll be right on the brink of previewing spring football.
Oh, boy.
It's crazy to think about.
So time has gone fast. We're already halfway through February. We're going to get into a lot more going on with Ohio State football and the coaching staff. with Birm on the second half of the show. But Nicole, bon voyage.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back in here at Roosters for the live show. It's a fun casual joint.
Roosters has been so fortunate. We just want to be able to give some of that back to the community.
They donate to organizations that are near and dear to their heart, and we're so fortunate to have been with Roosters now for a long time.
They always go above and beyond to help support our foundation to further help veterans.
It's just a wonderful feeling to know that Roosters supports the Buckeye Cruise for Cancer.
All the folks at Roosters are just genuinely kind folks, and they want to make a difference.
Thank you, Roosters Foundation.
Thank you, Roosters.
Thank you, Roosters.
Thank you, Roosters Foundation.
Welcome back into the live show. Birm is here.
Hello.
He's excited. He's fired up.
Super excited.
I'm sad that we're not going to have a show next week.
I mean, I'm sad also because it means that I lose an opportunity to eat mac and cheese bites. But
I thought you were going to say hang out with us.
oh no, not really worried about
Did you
that part.
determine what you're going to do with your vacation?
No, still sort of sorting that out.
What's next week?
Yeah, I kind of like to live life on the edge of my seat. You know, a little fly by night, a little live on the seat of your pants type of thing.
Yeah, I can see that come from you.
Yeah, I'm a very spontaneous person.
Yep.
You?
seem like a guy, yes.
So
Always chasing the edges.
yeah, that's the way it
On
works.
the fringe of society.
That's pretty much how I've always
Maybe
lived.
we should do a little show with you called Birm, the fringe of society.
Living on the edge.
I'm fine with it. You know, it's good. It's good to just see everyone here, but you never know what happens. Did you guys ever see Poop Cruise
I don't know
on
if
Netflix?
It's not a good time for them to watch that.
I haven't.
Oh, I've seen just about everything you can see on that boat.
Well,
Not this boat.
Well, it happens.
Don't watch that Netflix documentary.
I had
before
a
you go.
great time on the cruise when we went in 2021, right? Was it 21?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
it's
sounds
like
right.
I had a great time. I mean, the first day was rough.
17 for 17.
First day was rough because they had to speed it up quite a bit, and I wasn't ready for that. Since
Yeah,
someone
but
died.
that wasn't bad. We had one because someone died. I mean, I said just slide them. Hey, if I
Well,
died,
didn't the family say, like, let's go?
Yeah, they're like, we'd like to finish the cruise.
Yeah,
Like,
we're
they'll
good.
keep. Do you have any extra ice? Like that's.
It was. I
was
just didn't.
wild.
I just didn't
That's what
expect the
Grandma would've
acceleration.
wanted.
Yeah, that's what Grandma would have wanted.
I didn't expect it to be so fast the first 12 hours, and
She doesn't want to disrupt Ezekiel Elliott's vacation. Like, that's very important to her.
hey, I'd say just slide me off the back, man.
Yeah, just let me go.
Into the water. That's fine. Throw some weights, drag me to the bottom.
It's true. So we've spent the last several weeks talking about Las Vegas or bust, and it turns out it's Las Vegas or Bucks. Seems like for Matt Patricia. Birm seems like good news on that front.
everything that we've heard in the last week has been overwhelmingly positive. I don't think at this point Ohio State fans should have any real concern that there's any change happening to anybody on the coaching staff.
Yeah.
Larry Johnson will certainly be back, it seems, for a final run probably. I don't know if it's a 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, but like this is it, I think. And that's what you
Huey
have
Lewis
to have.
in the news.
We've talked
That's
so
the
much.
news.
We've talked so much
This
about
is it.
how this schedule coming up is going to be such a challenge for Ohio State and how you're replacing 8 starters on defense again. This would be a really bad time to have more coaching turnover.
Yeah.
Like, especially because it's the end of February now.
And who are you getting at this point?
Right. So
There
I
aren't
think,
a lot of other Matt Patricias available.
yeah, I think Ohio State deserves a lot of credit for finding a way to make sure they've handled their business. And when do these things get announced publicly? I think I don't know if it's really matters, but it's certainly important for people's peace of mind around the program. But I think the people down the street know what's what, and that now it's full speed ahead into spring ball.
Sometimes it happens down the street where they take care of their business and they've been operating as if that business has been taken care of for weeks, and they don't worry about, hey, should we let somebody know outside of here? Should we let the fans know? Should we have a press conference? They're like, no, we're just going to work. And I can respect that, the hyper focus, but also it does you a lot of goodwill. If you had an introductory press conference with Arthur Smith or celebrated Matt Patricia's deal, are you going to argue against that?
I am.
How can you?
I am, because I don't like Larry Johnson, for example. Like, his contract was up, right? So that's a different type of discussion. Matt Patricia's contract was not up, so I don't know.
Arthur Smith was hired.
Sure, and
Cortez Hankton was hired.
they had press releases for those moments. Now, sure, it would be nice if we could get a chance to
You don't want to meet him?
Yeah, not
Are
a
you arguing
conference.
against meeting
No,
them?
I'm saying it'd be great if we did that, but does it matter now if it's this week or March the 9th?
Well, I think it changes. It allows it to give that can be the story as opposed
and
to
it's
when
a good story.
Yeah, as opposed to March 9th when you're talking about the eve of spring ball. There's all these other things that you kind of dive into. when you can talk about it just in isolation, then it's like, okay, we brought in Cortez Hankton. Let's get to know him a little bit. Here we go. Here's Arthur Smith. Let's get to know him a little bit. The Matt Patricia deal, like with the potential extension and whatever that looks like. Yeah, okay. You've already met Matt, and like everybody feels a lot more confident.
We're just happy he's back.
Yes, this year than last. But I think that's the other two guys. I mean, people want to kind of learn about them a little bit.
I mean, I would love to be able to have this opportunity, but I also think Ohio State's in a position where they're transitioning out of Jerry Emmig's career and trying to find his replacement, and so it's not exactly the ideal time for a number of reasons. But PR is PR, and I think Ohio State has learned over the years that if they can find some positive PR, they should take it. So I especially in the midst of like the last 10 days, everything you see on the internet about Ohio State is not football related, and it's more related to islands and hospitals and names on hospitals and names on buildings. And like, I don't know. I think this is a time where you're like, hey, let's put the good stuff out there, but
get control of the news cycle again.
But it is what it is. I mean, the football program, it's just business as usual.
Well, and it's also an off time for them, and they don't care about what we want. They say, we're just going to do this all right before spring ball.
Feed the peeps.
Yeah. You got to give them a little nugget every now and then.
The good news is there's nothing coming that is like going to be a bomb dropped on anybody, I don't think, from a inside of the Woody Hayes to the fan base. Like that, I think, is the concern for that is gone. So
no,
now,
you think they're afraid of losing the press conference with one of these new hires?
No, I think it's more about wanting to make sure that you don't spend too much time celebrating one staff member over others.
Yeah, but these guys are especially two guys that are coming in that you don't know.
They're new.
Well, I'm speaking about the defensive side of the ball specifically.
I'm not that concerned about having a press conference for Matt Patricia. I think it does a little bit of disservice to Ohio State to not have Arthur Smith or Cortez Hankton both have an introductory press conference and then say they traditionally would do it where either the first practice or the second practice you're going to hear from the offensive coordinator and then the defensive coordinator or vice versa. If we have to spend a lot of time like talking about the hiring process and philosophy, and then you have the left field question about what you're going to do with Julian Sayin and how the first day of practice went, I'd like to separate the two. Again, does that matter? Is that something that I'm upset about? No, I just think it's like a missed opportunity, and I feel like in the middle of February that would be a nice thing to be covering,
focused on,
and I think it would be a positive for the because again, we don't know how it's going to work out with Arthur Smith once he gets into a game or once you arrive in September, what the whole operation's going to look like. But they hired another former NFL head coach. Like he's probably going to be pretty good at the media stuff, Bob.
Oh yeah, I mean he was in Pittsburgh last year. He's drafted players. I mean he's gone up there every week and defended situations and things that maybe weren't even under his control in Tennessee. So, yeah, when you have guys that are that versed and that skilled, it just makes sense to put them out there. And it's a hire that I think a lot of people feel pretty good about. There wasn't a lot of backlash. Like last year with Matt Patricia, ironically how, one trip around the sun changes the narrative on somebody. But
did they do a press conference with him just to let him get out and talk? I don't remember.
No, it happened the same. I mean, it was.
But that would have probably calmed a lot of people down if they would have.
It was with the new guys, the transfers, and I mean those are the bigger questions for me. I have less interest in talking to Arthur Smith at a podium about his hiring process than I do trying to get to know Earl Little or Terry Moore or some of the guys, that have now been here for a month already. Over a month already and have experiences.
Bob's already got their nicknames.
Right. See,
I don't know all of them.
These guys have experiences already at Ohio State, and I think it'd be nice to hear from them about their how they've adapted to the program and where they're at and how the guys have responded to them. But we'll get that chance. It's just like, as you said, sometimes you just take the free win.
You got the free one. You got a layup. You got a tap in. You got Jay-Z chipping.
You got to tap it in.
That's all there is to it.
I don't feel like the Matt Patricia thing it needs its own moment, but I think, again, to your point, Cortez Hankton's been here for almost 2 months now. Like, let's move on and have a conversation.
Yeah. Again, it's not worth getting
whatever
up about it. And because of the way that they're structuring spring practice, they're going back to having Bob's favorite 2 practices of the year, the acclimation period before spring break.
Oh, yeah.
So that's going to be March 10th that they start. Like, we're well inside now a month for the start of spring ball. Like, that's pretty exciting, and I'd love to not have to talk about all the other things that we did in January, coaching cycle, transfer portal, and just get back to football. We're going to be there soon enough.
Yeah, but now that we can all take what we feel is an exhale on the coaching staff, right? That potential conversation of that random snap judgments on a Saturday night is now seems like it's off the table. So what gets accomplished now that everyone knows who's everyone's role is, where everyone's going, what everyone's thinking? How do the Buckeyes, knowing that Ryan Day will be on a cruise next week, how do they
tomorrow?
What do they do here to get more, I don't know, ready for spring ball?
I think you start to plan out what it's going to look like, how it's going to play out. You know, what are you trying to get accomplished? Like, yeah, you're going to have your installs and things, but is there specific stuff, players you want to rotate? You know, last year, like the conversation with the offensive line is you have all these different combinations. Like some of the stuff on defense is good. You have all these new players. Where do they fit best in what we're doing? So you want to have a specific plan of, hey, we're going to teach them this first. This is where they're going to start. And then as we get into practices, you know, like 5, 6, 7, 8, let's start trying to like trickle them into some other things and see what they do well. You know, and whether that's, you know, on the offensive side, you know, some guard to tackle stuff or flipping from one side to the next, inside versus outside receiver. You look at that on the defensive side, on the ball backer, off the ball backer, you know, who's maybe better, you know, inside versus outside on the defensive line, and just some of those things. And what guys are good at as you begin to, in the back end, to begin to build like some of your coverages and things of, well, let's do more of this because this guy's good at that and he's good at that. And so how do we put our players in the best situation to be able to have success? And let's try some things out and have them, you know, take a little sneak peek and see what it looks like.
Well, how much of a sneak peek do you think these new coaches are taking at last year's film just to kind of get a feel for how they called games and how, you know, they ran their stuff, knowing that, yeah, especially on the defensive side of the ball. I know we don't have a new defensive coordinator, but new guys, you know, so maybe that film doesn't give you as much because you don't have the Arvell Reese on the edge or that sort of thing.
I think you're going to take a look at it and you're going to see, okay, these are some of the basic things. Like this is the structure of what we're going to do. And whether that's, you know, 75, 80% of it, and then we'll tailor the remaining portion of it to what our guys do well. And this last year we did more of this, well, because we had these type of bodies, and this is what these guys were able to do at a high level. Maybe we do some of that this year. Maybe we do a little less and do some other things because we're stronger in these areas and guys feel more comfortable doing that. And so I think that that's going to be some of the stuff that they kind of figure out and look at.
Well, how big do you think, and this is not to just hijack this, but on the other side, the offensive line, or, you know, offensive wise, I mean, Arthur Smith coming in.
Yeah.
Well, probably didn't watch Ohio State at all last year to know kind of what we had going on. I mean, that's probably the biggest.
8 starters back, right?
Well, yeah, so that's not as big of a deal, but just getting a feel for how Ryan likes his games being called versus, you know, hey, were you in on this? Were you not in on this? You know, that sort of thing. I guess they probably have a little bit more to go through.
They have 8 starters back, but I think there are some questions on the offensive line about potential movement of where guys could go.
Where they fit best or
where they fit best. I mean, you have pretty much center to the left is locked in unless you want to take Austin Birm and maybe move him to right tackle, right guard. I mean, there's options. He can kind of play everything. So there's a lot of different variability you could have there.
Would you move him to guard, Bob? I know that
this has been like
it's not up to us.
Topic number 1 of the last month is what happens on the offense.
I feel like he's Austin Birm. Maybe you would flip him to the right side, but I feel like he's got to stay at tackle based on how well he played.
He did pretty good last year.
He did a good job. I think he would be really good at guard too. I think he's probably more of an NFL guard than a tackle. I think he could probably play right tackle, maybe some in the NFL, but still probably more of a guard.
But you see a lot of the like Caden Proctor. This conversation is coming up with him, the Alabama left tackle. Say, oh, he projects more as a guard in the NFL level. Okay, that's fine. That doesn't mean you're not a very good college tackle.
Yeah.
And that's like, I think you can be both an NFL guard and a college tackle the way Austin Birm does. And I don't know that that's just me talking.
Donovan Jackson did it just a couple years ago, right?
Slid outside.
Slid out and then
for 4 games.
Yeah. And
5
that's
games.
just me saying, if you look at this, and I firmly believe that Ian Moore is in that conversation and in the competition going into spring, like maybe that allows you to move Phillip Daniels.
That's what I'm saying. It depends on, some of it is dependent upon the emergence of other players around you.
Sure.
Well, let's just cut to brass tacks.
Getting your best 5 on the field.
You've been in there. What are you seeing out of Ian Moore? Is the light on? Is the light on?
I don't know what that means.
Does he have juice?
Does he have juice?
Is the light on? Yeah.
Is he gas station ready or
He's
not?
got a lot of tats.
Waffle House ready? He's got a lot of tats. I like it. He's got an edge to him.
He's got a good shadow going. I mean,
Shankability?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like he's got an edge. Like he's ready to go, but So people will talk like, what are you seeing out of guys? Like, I'm watching them lift weights and run a
They
little
don't
bit.
have pads on.
Yeah, I mean, there's
They
nothing.
look big. They look
But
strong.
you know what? Someone who looks like they want to be there.
Well, yeah, he's a guy that's always looked like he wanted to be. I don't know if he was ever a negative guy. Like, it was funny because Davidson.
Whoa! Who said he was?
I don't know.
I'm just making sure he's gassed
You
up and
asked
ready.
if the light
If
was
you said
on.
if
You
he
were
looked-
implying.
Yeah,
that
that's
the
like-
You're
light-
implying the light
No,
was
no,
on.
no. I never said
suggesting
it was
the light
off
was on?
prior.
Does he look like he wants
You
to
said,
be there?
is it
Yeah.
on?
Yeah.
Does he
Oh,
look
doesn't
like he
sound
wants
like-
to be? Does he look like a guy who's ready to take the next step?
Well, the guy that looking like he wants
Got
to
to
be
look in
there,
the eye.
I don't know what a guy looking like
so to
he
speak.
wants to take the next step, so to speak.
How would you describe the way he's got that look in his eye?
One more question.
I think
Here's 4.
Just a couple quick ones. He shows up. He's got a good attitude. He's positive. He's optimistic. It's like I had this conversation last
First
year.
guy in, last guy out type of deal.
Whatever that means.
Gym rat?
Yes.
Coach's kid?
Coach's kid. I had this
Grinder.
Sneaky
conversation.
fast?
I had this conversation last year with Davidson because Davidson never smiled. He was always serious. I go, "Why do you get to play football for a living, man? You're doing this. It was your last year here. You guys get
And you're earning a living already?
paid to do it. I mean, you're like, you could be pumping concrete. I mean, this is a better way to do that." I go, "Smile, man. Just act like you're enjoying it." And he goes, "I am." He goes, "I'm serious though." I go, "You can be serious and still smile."
Ian smiles though.
Ian does, but there are some of the guys in there that I've like, and they're trying to feel their way out. I'm like, man, you can act like you're having a good time. You can enjoy yourself. You know, you can enjoy yourself without being a slap. Like that's real. But also, like Bill Parcells used to always tell my dad, he's like, what else would you rather do in your life? You get a chance to play or coach football. It's a great deal.
Does Mickey Marotti and or Anthony Schlegel, do they want these workouts to be enjoyable in some respects as well?
You should enjoyable.
I understand that's a difficult question.
So
to answer.
Steele today was talking about this. I forget the book he pulled it from. It's type 1 fun and type versus type 2 fun. Type 1 fun, he goes, something's like jumping on trampolines with girls. I'm like, I go, well, is that like what? And I'm like, I
think the Man Show is not on the air.
Exactly. He's like, it's just, slap around, have a good time. Like type 2 fun is like the fun of achievement and like the fun of accomplishment,
And productivity,
in life. And like you've gone through a really hard situation with other people, and then you can talk about them about that 10 years later, and like the accomplishment of things. And I think that's more of the fun that like you're looking for is, hey, we're in here with a positive attitude. Like we're not getting like drugged to the gulag here. Yeah. All right. Like you're
getting better every day.
You're going
come in
to
here.
do it because you want to do it
with the right attitude.
Yeah. And if you do something with a positive attitude, you're going to just be more successful. And you're going to have more energy and effort.
And that's the stuff you miss when you're out.
Yeah.
It's like just being in the weight room and just going, you remember that workout we had, blah, blah, blah. Like, oh my God, I threw up over, 10 times or whatever it was, like that's kind of the fun.
Justin.
Well, it's not,
much
but
fun.
that's kind of the fun stuff that you kind of miss as you get out.
Talking about
Well,
the hard things.
yeah, the hard things that you went
and
through.
the shared sacrifice.
Yeah, between everybody.
The chosen suffering, if you will.
Yeah.
A lot of these terms, I was talking with some of the military guys about them, and that's all. That is fun. It's a different kind of fun, and if you've never been part of something like that, maybe it doesn't sound
Don't understand
like
it,
fun, but it is. Maybe not in the moment,
Yeah.
but like you come into it like, hey, I know this is going to be hard. It's going to suck, but we're doing this
It's
for
like every
At
time we did cut 110s,
yeah.
it's like, this is going to suck, but all right, let's go. You put that face on and just go
Yeah,
get
but
it.
there's like a defined reason and purpose behind it, and you understand what that is.
I'm just curious. I mean, for our perspective, and part of the frustration of not having the press conference that we've been longing for is because this offseason feels so considerably different than the one that was 12 months ago.
Yeah, because they just added like 25 portal guys.
And so there's all of these players. There's they're coming off of back-to-back losses. There's all this other stuff that I think needs to just be like eradicated and flushed out.
Ooh.
And instead of letting it get flushed out in January and February, it's being held onto, and it's just like
festering.
It's just bloat.
Maybe they're hoping by the time they do let people
You have
talk,
to
it's
let
gonna be
it
like
linger?
spring ball.
But people-
we're here. We forget about all that.
But that's
they
not the
know.
way it works. Like it's not reality.
Yeah, they know how it goes. Like the sooner that you expunge all that, the better it's going to be. Instead, it's just bloat and it's just
Just
backing
feel-
people up.
I wonder how many more words he's got in the source. for
Exactly.
this.
I mean, you do your
they're getting backed up.
post mortem on it. Take a look at it.
Because there's good news. There's good things happening.
I met Dre Quinn. Is that the kid? Is that him?
Freshman.
Today I was
defensive
sitting
end.
there with the end of their workout. It was Carson and Edric. We were talking, and joking with Carson about getting crews ready and everything. And Edric, and I was like, there was this guy. I was like, who is that guy over there? He was lifting. They're like, oh, that's Dre. And I'm like, okay. I went over. He's like, do his last name. Like, and I was like, hey, where are you from?
Georgia.
Carson asked him, where are you from? He's from Buford, Georgia.
And the fact that Edric doesn't know that,
Well, he hasn't had to take the test
as
like we used to
somebody
back in
who
the
also,
But he just got, but like, oh, Buford, Georgia. And then they're like, hey, you know Seth McLaughlin? I'm like, yeah, no Seth McLaughlin. I go, well, where else have you been? He goes, I'm a freshman. I'm like, oh, I don't know. Like, I mean,
A lot of Portal guys floating
in
around.
today's
That's what I'm
world,
saying.
yeah, you can
That's
come
like
from anywhere.
It's like a 50-50
why don't
proposition.
you Google where Edric Houston went to high school and tell me that it's a little bit concerning
Yes.
that he doesn't know that a Buford high
Is he a
school.
Buford guy?
I'm not going to tell you what's what, Bob, but I'm just saying if you look it up, you might be confused as to why he may not know that. But
because he's been out of high school for 3 years.
Yeah.
either way,
That's true. He doesn't know who's coming up.
I think he came into. Dre told me, and you would know this, high school man, that he
Like those
came
young
in. He came into
High school.
he
he was
transferred
not
in
there
what
when
we
he
call
was
him.
not there when Edric was.
Yeah, so he's like, I transferred in there later. And so I was like, oh, when he said, maybe I wasn't like paying attention. Like, oh, so that's where else have you been? He's like, well, that's it. I'm a freshman.
A couple
Like, oh.
other high schools.
I
Yeah, a
had
couple
no
high
idea.
schools, and
Like he
now
was
I'm
like,
here.
he was like a big, physically like good looking kid.
He's like, now talk to me next year. Maybe I'll have
And
some.
I joked with the
He's
guys.
being counted on to play this
When
year.
do we have in the mixer where you put your hi, my name is, and we talk about like who we are and where we're from?
Two.
I go, it used to be by March 1st, I felt like I knew most of the guys, but that was when there was like 20 to 25.
Not 50.
You
Yeah, that's
doubled
just
it.
you're learning one class of
Yes.
freshmen coming in.
And
yeah.
now I'm like trying to learn all these guys, and like some of it's like I'm not going to learn all the freshmen right away because you're not going to be like in the mix right away.
Yeah.
You're not even be
You
here
know,
for
it's
2
like
years.
I'm trying to learn some of the defensive guys and guys that I'll be talking to, and like Quay and Smith, James. I almost call him Marcus. James Smith. James, very serious guy, and I like lean into him, like smile. He goes, "I'll smile when we start winning." I said, "Okay,
I
that's
like
good.
it. Let's
That's
go. Good answer.
You know what would be
Be
awesome
the tip of the spear."
is if the rest of the world got an opportunity to hear James Smith say that, and people could write about it, and people would be like, "Wow, look at this!"
It's like,
This is-
this would be a major
Funds in the wind.
addition. What a Portal guy.
Yeah.
He's here for the right reasons.
Yeah, he doesn't talk much, but he always listens. And everybody he has great nonverbal stuff, and I like. He just looks so. Why so serious all the time? Like.
Yeah.
Finally got a little smile out of Quay. I was like, dude, you can be pumping concrete, bro. We're playing football. We're training and doing this. He's like, come
We're
on,
in the
man.
Woody
Like,
Hayes.
lean in. And then James Smitty, it was just like, no. And I told Will Smith and who else was it? Someone else was with him. Another guy. I'm like, what? Get him to.
Will's been on campus for 4 years and hasn't smiled, so
He smiles for me.
that's because you guys have a.
You knew his dad.
Well, I played his dad. I mean,
Yeah.
That's good.
You know,
Lots of smiles for you guys over the next week. I hope you have a fantastic time on the cruise. Can't wait to hear all about it and the updates from the Buckeyes that you guys get to the current players. I know, Jay-Z, you always love that opportunity to get to know them, and I know that you'll pick Julian Sands'
We'll
brain a little
see.
bit.
We'll see what kind of guys we got this year. Last year's they were also good.
yeah.
So,
See,
I want to get some of these.
what do you mean? The hours didn't overlap?
Well, I remember my offensive linemen. They would not have been acting.
They were out late?
as good as
Yeah.
maybe.
I mean, some have been arrested, maybe quite recently. So.
Very, very
How many
recently.
times
actually.
do I suggest that this offensive line? Sometimes I want them to be slobby.
Yes.
I want more
I
slobbing.
mean, I think Carson's
You
got a
saw
little
Car-
sloppiness.
I'll
You
do
saw
my best
Carson's
for it.
hair,
I
right?
know. I like it. I like when that happens.
I'll do my best for it. This is what I used to do with my
Carson
guys
Slims?
back in the day.
There you go.
Here's shots
I
from
want-
Roosters because that's what we used to come and sit up
I
here.
want them to look.
Carson Slimsman.
I want them to all be disgusting. I want my offensive linemen to smell
good.
bad.
Mohawks
They're
and
all-
all kinds of
yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
They're all
He's got the frosted tips.
They're all so properly groomed.
I asked him
and
if we're going
nice.
to do a refrost.
That's right.
He goes, will you do it with me? I go, my hair will be that blonde when I get off the boat, dude. It'll be fine.
I don't think that Carson is well groomed.
I just want him to smell worse. I want them all to.
And
stink.
I don't think we can say that
We
about
don't
my
want
guy
that.
Austin
Austin-
Sareveld either.
Yeah, Austin's always got a shadow, dude.
He's-
and he's bald.
They do call him. Who do they call?
We'd
Piggy?
I'd like.
Piggy. All right, so I mean, maybe let us.
I
let it
think
out.
you're. I
Philip
think they're
Daniels
trending
has got
towards.
like some dirtbag to him.
Let
I
it
think.
out. Let the piggy out.
I think that's what they say. They are trending towards Slavs. But anyway, I hope you guys have a great time. I know Jay-Z will be talking a lot of offensive line ball.
Oh, yeah.
We will be off next week. As a reminder, if you missed that at the end of the first segment, no live show next week at Roosters. First time we've taken a week off in a while. It's going to be sad, but
Well,
we'll be back right.
First time we took a week off since there were many weeks off
No, that's
true.
That's neither here nor
since
there.
the return.
Have a fantastic week or 2 weeks, I suppose. Plenty more comment.
We're gonna see him in March, though. We'll be back here.
Yeah,
in
right
March.
here before spring ball. We'll be previewing that. Again, that starts on March 10th, so we'll have 2 weeks. Maybe we'll do offense and defense and break those up. I don't know. I have time to think about it.
I think you guys could probably make sure that Carson Hinsman joins us in here on the next episode of the live show.
Bring all three of them as we break that down. Thanks to Nicole Cox and the team at Roosters. Thank you to Tansky Power Sports and Tansky Sawmill. JZ, Bob, Birm, I am Austin. We'll see y'all in 2 weeks.